What's up, guys, and welcome to the SaveState. I'm your host, Landon Barton, and joined with me is Ryan Royal and Seth Duncan. Today, we're kind of talking about basically, it's a discussion a lot of people have had over the past year or so, because it keeps reoccurring.
Past 5 years.
Where all of our, basically, childhood franchises are coming back into the movie world.
Yeah.
Specifically, we're getting another reboot or sequel of Indiana Jones.
Well, that's not confirmed.
Okay.
But it's...
Theoretically. We're getting a sequel to Independence Day.
Yeah, that's true.
Jurassic World is coming back. So what do you guys think about all this stuff?
Well, as long as they're not like the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remake, then...
Yeah.
Well, here's how I looked at it.
Forgot about that. I legit forgot about that.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So I was really excited about it. When Transformers, the first one, came out, was kind of my first foray into the new stuff. I loved the first Transformers. I still do. And I thought it was an awesome modern take on it. About a year ago, I realized that, in my opinion, a lot of these new movies that are adaptations or sequels or whatever, are happening so much that they're kind of coming at a cost of... new unique movies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so sort of thing, I was super excited about it, and then I went, well, wait a minute.
Well, then you've also got the movies like 21 and 22 Jump Street, where they're legitimately in the movie making fun of the type of movie that it is, where it's like, we're just kind of capitalizing on these old franchises, these old things that you grew up with and liked, and we know that we are, and it's funny, and you enjoy it, and we know you enjoy it, and But at what detriment does that take to the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lack of good story, creative process that's not happening because we're just rehashing the same old adage and same old ideas without creating
also
anything.
there's I wouldn't even say a little bit of me. There's a lot of me where hey, Turtles is back in theaters, or hey, Indiana Jones is back in theaters. Independence Day is coming back to theaters.
Okay, there's a difference though, I think, and I agree with, I'm excited about the Independence Day.
Yeah.
Loved the original.
And
one.
Jeff Goldblum.
And Jeff Goldblum, yeah.
You'll have to get used to Dr. Malcolm.
I think it's gonna be a cool movie. I think doing a sequel is a good idea. Even if it's, years past. I think it can be done well. Sometimes it can be done not well. Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah, sorry. Totally cut you off. My bad. I love unique storytelling, and I feel like, that's kind of where movies started. Each of whether it's a movie or a novel or what, the storytelling is the core to it. Right now, I think we're at a multi-year phase where movies are advancing technologically, and that's where the advancements are happening right now. People are going, wait a minute, hold on, we've got 3D IMAX now. Mm-hmm. What would be awesome in 3D IMAX? Let's do a new Tron. An update to Tron, which worked really well.
See,
and was
again,
awesome, but
that's a sequel. Yeah. And my problem is the reboot. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. There's
then what about Ghostbusters? An all-female reboot.
Okay. Now, well, yeah. Is it going to be a good movie? The original was great.
Yeah.
Is it going to have that same chemistry? I don't know. I don't have a problem with the all-female cast. That's a cool idea. Heck, when we can, now getting into having an all-female Avengers comic book, I think that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's great. But Ghostbusters was created with a particular, vision in mind.
Can lightning strike twice?
Yeah. I just don't know. It's nothing to do with the all-female cast. It has everything to do with the fact that why aren't you making a new original?
So why are they making? Is it just, are they making all of these because, well, we're suckers and we'll go out and spend our money on these franchises because of what they are? Because I fall prey to that all the time. I fall prey to that in basically any form of media. If it's television shows or movies or video games, if it's of a franchise, it could be the worst. Dragon Ball Evolution. We just talked about it in another video. Dragon Ball Evolution. I saw that in theaters because it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Knew it was going to be a bad movie. But I spent my money on it anyways.
Yeah. Well, I think, getting back to the Ghostbusters thing, I don't know, man. The all-female cast thing, it doesn't bother me because it's women or anything like that. The remake of Battlestar Galactica, Starbuck was a woman, which she was not in the original Battlestar Galactica, and that is probably my favorite TV series of all time. and I thought it worked amazingly well.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's almost getting billed as the all-female Ghostbusters. And I'm like, okay, so why is that a big deal? Like, it should just be the next Ghostbusters, and if it happens to be... I mean, it could be the blogosphere blowing up about it, too, and just saying, like, hey, it's going to be all women, you know? And I'm like, if the story is what I'm going to worry about, I don't necessarily care. I mean, you can have, like, really, really crappy actors, and if they do a really good job, then it's great.
Yeah.
Like,
or like we go back to what you mentioned at the very beginning about the possibility of a new Indiana Jones starring, or they've kind of touched on Chris Pratt possibly being, you know, taking over for Harrison Ford. Honestly, that gets me a little excited.
Oh yeah, it's
like I think there's. I loved what I can't quote him directly, but at the
depends
most
on what
recent
kind of
award.
dinosaur they cooked up in that lab. That's quoting Chris Pratt.
What kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab?
Okay, thank you, Larry.
Sorry.
The most recent award show that they interviewed Chris Pratt on the red carpet, they were bringing it up to him. It was like, hey, Chris, you know, there's talks about you being Indiana Jones, and Chris was like, well, you know, man, that would be cool, but if we're gonna do it, let's do it really, really well and do justice to this story of this character. And I thought that was a fantastic way to put it, because I feel like right now a lot of these reboots that are happening aren't doing justice to what the original creative
Well, it seems like all of these
process was for those
reboots
characters.
keep coming up, like especially with superhero reboots. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we've done this franchise now. We've done 3 movies. Time for a reboot. Let's start over again. Or
Right.
Origin stories.
This franchise didn't work really well, so reboot it. Let's try it again here. Didn't work again. Let's reboot it one more time. Let's try
That's
it one
true.
more time. You know what I mean?
okay, but what about...
Spider-Man 56.
What about the fact of like Marvel making so much money right now through all these new movies that they are able to start branching out and doing things like Guardians, you know, which
That's
is
fine.
which is awesome. Like, and they may not have had enough money to do it before if they hadn't, you know, kind of run with.
There was no reboots involved with Marvel in that.
Yeah, they took
Well,
a lot
that's
of time
fair.
to make sure Iron Man was really good. They took a lot
That's
of time
true.
to make sure Thor was
That's just
really
bringing
good.
back something from our childhood and creating something new from it.
Okay, that's fair.
You know,
I rescind my statement.
yeah.
Thank
Edit
you.
that out.
Nope. Staying in here. So, I mean, really, do you guys have any last kind of comments or worries, concerns about where the industry's heading with this kind of stuff?
No, I think it's time for a new Batman reboot, though.
One more origin story?
Yeah, origin story, but this time a musical.
No.
Darkness.
Can it be puppets?
Dead parents.
We
already got that. It's already been done.
The Batman in the Lego movie was fantastic.
It's
Will
so
Arnett-
good.
And he's getting his own most stinking movie.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yes, the Lego Batman movie with the Will Arnett
And
Batman.
I'll enjoy it.
I don't know. My thing is, if we're gonna do a reboot, do it well, do justice to the original material.
Yeah.
Pick actors that are going to, you know, help portray, like you're talking about, you know, even Katie Sackhoff as Starbuck. She did a phenomenal job, even with
Unbelievably
it
good.
being a female Starbuck as opposed to a male in
Right.
the original series. The Star Trek reboots. Chris Pine is a phenomenal Captain Kirk. Zachary Quinto is a phenomenal Commander Spock.
Now I'm
Simon
sad.
Pegg is a. I know, me too. Simon Pegg is a phenomenal Scotty. That
They did a
super
good
well
job.
done casting.
Really good job.
If you're gonna do it well, but don't do it at the cost of coming up with new cool ideas.
Yeah.
That there's so much out there that we could be exploring. More Interstellars, more Inceptions. I guess just more Christopher Nolan.
More movies that
man.
start with I.
There you go. So, I mean, there you guys have it. I mean, that's some of our ideas and our thoughts on what's happening with the industry, what's
Yeah.
happening with all of these reboots and sequels to our childhood franchises. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Are you excited to go see? Specifically, I'm very curious about what's going to happen with Independence Day, the next Independence Day. I'm very, very excited about that. So
Welcome
let us
to
know
Earth.
in the comments
Again.
below if you're excited. As always, you can find out more from us. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/thesafestate. We're also on Twitter at @the_SafeState. Keep it here for all your nerdy movie news. We'll see you guys next time.